Hey guys, welcome to the Spooky Block Workshop. So first and foremost, obviously you've got your blocks. They're gonna come unpainted. They're gonna kind of be that natural wood. So the very first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna start painting. So this is gonna be a little bit of a process just because you gotta paint one side, let it dry. So just grab your paint, your foam brushes. Just make sure your orange one is the one with the little hole in the top for your for the top of your pumpkin. Otherwise, one green, one white, and then your base will be black. You're probably gonna want to do a couple coats just because it's gonna, obviously you're gonna see through on the first coat, so you'll have enough to do a couple coats. You know, just make sure that between your coats that everything is super dry. And then as you get done, if you get to your final coat of paint, you'll want to let it sit even a little bit longer just to make sure everything is super dry before we start stenciling. So I'm not going to paint the bottom of mine if you want to save yourself some time because you're going to glue that down. But if you're a stickler for that, feel free to glue or paint all sides. But that's the only real painting trick that I have for you guys. This is washable craft paint, so if it gets on your hands, anything like that, if you've got kiddos helping you, it's pretty washable, so no fears if it gets someplace it shouldn't. So yeah, just get everything painted and then we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so once your blocks are painted, make sure that you let them dry super well so that you can do your stencil. So a couple different phases. So obviously this has been painted, it's dried, I've taken the vinyl off. So that's kind of what your finished product is going to look like. Then next we have the pumpkin. So I will show you how to take the vinyl off here in a few minutes. We're gonna go ahead and actually go over how to put the vinyl on first. So you have your stencil. It has a clear transfer tape over the top. These have all been pre-peeled, so they should come off pretty easily. You'll grab a corner, you'll wanna just peel it. You wanna take the backing off. This is gonna be super sticky, so just be cognizant of that. And then you're gonna grab your block, make sure if you didn't paint the bottom that you've got it the right direction. And then you're just gonna place it over your block. So remember that you're just gonna be painting inside the stencil area, so that's the part you're gonna wanna worry about getting lined up. If like a piece of the vinyl goes over the edge, that's fine because you're gonna be taking that off. You're just simply using this vinyl on here as a stencil, and you will be, like I said, taking it off. So it's fine if it doesn't fit perfectly. It's a little harder because this is white on white. Trying to see it. But find a corner. You want to just, I always give it a good rub too once I get it on there, just make sure it sticks. And then just slowly start peeling it off. Just want to make sure that your vinyl is staying stuck down to your block. You can throw that transfer away because that clear piece you just took off, you're not going to be using that again. Just give it a good rub. Make sure everything is stuck down and good to go. So once you've got your stencil on there, you are going to grab some paint. So obviously I'm using black, so you can really do whatever. You're gonna have each of these paint colors in your kit. You don't exactly have to follow the way that I'm doing it. If you wanted to do the ghost in a different color or whatever you want to do, feel free to kind of make this your own. So when you do stencil, you've got the foam brush, you're gonna want to do it really gentle. That's simply just to avoid any bleeding. For the most part, these blocks are pretty sanded, so that will help with the bleeding as well. You just want to do really gentle dabbing, kind of like that. Make sure that you are obviously getting everywhere in your stencil. The other thing you want to be cognizant of is if your vinyl is not covering a certain corner, you just want to make sure you don't get paint there. Not the end of the world if you do, because once you pull off your stencil, if you just need to do some touch-ups, there are no problems with that. Everything can be fixed, what I always say. So you just do that. You can do as many coats as you want. Just make sure that between coats that you're letting it fully dry. So I'm going to set this one aside. That one's going to dry. And then I'm going to show you guys this one. I did this a little while ago. You can kind of see the orange through it. I don't personally mind that. I kind of like that. So I'm going to, it's all dry now. Super good. I'm going to go ahead and pull off my stencil. So it's pretty easy. If it tears as you're pulling, that's 100% fine. You're not going to use this again. You're going to throw this all away, so feel free. So the color kind of came off with the stencil. That is okay. That's normally because I didn't let it fully dry. Naughty me. But if you do have that, you can either leave it, because actually before the very last step of this, I'm going to take sandpaper and make it look distressed. So it already looks distressed there. If that's annoying you, obviously just grab your thing and you can just touch it right up with your foam brush. No problems there. But I'm going to leave it because, like I said, I'm going to distress mine. I want it to look like that. So, like I said, so those are your 3 blocks, and then you'll do the same thing with your trick or treat. I already went ahead and did it with mine. Feel free to use whatever paint color you want down here. You can mix it up. You can do trick in one color, treat, whatever you want to do. So then once that's done, you're going to go ahead and pull that off as well. Just one thing I wanted to show you is you're going to have the little pieces inside of your letters. You're going to need to either get in there with your finger and pull those up, which will work. If you've got a craft pick or something, you can also use that. However you want to do that to pick those pieces out. There we go. So then you've got that completed. So just make sure you go through, you do each of that with applying your stencil, painting, and then just making sure everything is completely dry before we move on to the last final steps. Okay, so now that everything is dry, if you do want to distress yours, so basically what that means is if you kind of want like the edges and stuff to be a little sanded, you can grab that little square of sandpaper and just go around. You can do the edges, whatever it is that you want. I like the distressed look. If you don't want it distressed, then you do not have to do this part, just if you want that look. I kind of like it. So once you do that, obviously put in your top to your pumpkin. I'm going to use hot glue to add the little top pieces. You can just use, you know, Elmer's glue, whatever you got, whatever you're going to secure. If you do use hot glue, just use it for this part. Don't use it for attaching these to your block. It just doesn't work the greatest for that, but it will work perfect for attaching these. Your little wire, if you twirl it around a pen, just like that, you're gonna get that fun little twirly with it. So I'm just going to add the leaf. That works just like that. Add that little twirly on so you guys can see that. So that's done, and then once you're ready, you're just gonna kind of decide how you're gonna want to place them. You can line them up just like that. I'm gonna actually do it so that they're at a tilt like this. I think that's super cute. So however you want to line them up, and then I'm just going to use basic wood glue on the bottom You can find wood glue any craft store, even I'm pretty sure the dollar store even has it. So I'm going to just press it on there. If you're not using wood glue, if you're using you know, Elmer's glue, anything like that, same concept. You'll want to just put some on there, and then you're just going to want to let it set for a little bit so it binds before you start handling it. Get it all moved around here like I want it. Well, the glue is still wet. Still there. All right. And then as always, once you get your project finished, make sure that you post some pictures over on the Facebook page, or post them on your page, tag your friends. Remember, when you sign up for rewards through my website, when you purchase your workshops, if you refer your friends, you will earn discounts, and they will as well on their first workshops. So make sure that you are posting, sharing the link with your friends, so that they can sign up and earn some fun rewards. So there you go. I would flip it sideways to show it, but I feel that the glue will just come right off and you guys won't be able to see it. But I think you guys have the general idea. Here, let me just do this. Take you out of the stand. There we go. Super cute. Make sure you're posting pics. I want to see yours.